An economic recession is always a source of fear. Unfortunately, it's not possible to prevent all recessions from happening. You are probably worried that the economy will soon go into recession. You can prepare financially for a recession by switching careers or starting a business that thrives in a recession. Businesses that are recession-proof can continue to run smoothly even when there is a big downturn in the economy. This will help you to have more financial stability. If you are worried about your financial security or you are thinking about starting a business, then look for industries that are recession-proof. These businesses have survived downturns or at least thrived. What are recession-proof businesses? Businesses that are recession-proof are in industries that are not affected by a decrease in the economy. These industries provide things that everyone needs, even when the economy is sagging. These industries are ones that everyone needs, even when it's hard to pay bills. Businesses that provide staple products like food and other things usually perform well when the economy goes south. Businesses that repair homes or provide other services, such as plumbing and electricity, will do well in a downturn. So, if you're looking for businesses that will survive a downturn, keep watching this video to find out which ones have the best chance of surviving. Businesses that are recession-proof can be very profitable both during good times and during bad times. Whatever the state of the economy or the stock market is, many people are willing to try some of the recession-proof business ideas that are included in this video, and many of them will succeed even if things do not go well financially. Many successful businesses have been started during recessions. Disney was founded during the Great Depression in the 1920s, and the electronics company Hewlett-Packard started to work in the following years during a recession in the late 1930s. Best businesses that are recession-proof are much less worried about rising interest rates and a fluctuating GDP than most other businesses, and many of them have the potential to do much more business than usual. Hey everyone, welcome to Billion Stories. In this video, we are going to share with you the top 14 amazing recession-proof business ideas. Let's get started. Number 1. Food and beverage business. Food and beverage businesses are considered to be among the industries that are the most recession-resistant because people still need food and drinks to live. It's not like a luxury that can be put aside during difficult times, so food and beverage businesses can continue to do well even during a recession. Food retail stores sell food that is sold at grocery and convenience stores, drugstores, and food service outlets. In the U.S., food retail services sold for more than $6.22 trillion in the years 1992 to 2019, so there is clearly money to be made in this industry. Here are some food business ideas that can be profitable even during a recession. Candy sales. Candy sales are somewhat of a luxury for some people, but because of the relatively inexpensive food that they provide, it is possible to keep doing well even during difficult times. It's not surprising that one of the most famous candy in the world, Mars bars, was invented during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Grocery stores. Small stores that sell groceries and other convenience items often see an increase in business during a recession because people are trying to cut back on their spending by shopping at small stores instead of the big department stores. Liquor and tobacco. Drinking alcohol and smoking a lot of cigarettes during hard times causes people to become more addicted to these vices. It is no surprise that alcohol and cigarette sales rise during recessions. As a result, if you decide to go in this direction, you should only provide the merchandise and secure a selling point. Food delivery. People don't like to cook much, but eating out regularly could be financially sensible during a recession. People who like to order food online will help food delivery services continue to thrive, even when the economy is severely hit. A vending machine business. Vending machines are an excellent way to provide a lot of people with the basic food that they need every day, such as snacks and beverages. Also, vending machines can be moved to high-traffic areas if sales in their original location start to decline. Fast food. Fast food companies attract a lot of stock investors because they have a tendency to achieve huge profits during good times and because they continue to be profitable even during economic downturns. Bakeries. Baked goods will always be in business. People are constantly buying bread, cakes, and other baked goods. Baked goods are one of the industries that always does well during recessions, even better than in typical situations. You don't need to have any special qualifications to open a bakery business, although you might need to be good with people and have good time management skills. You won't have to hire very many people to start a bakery business, but you will need several employees to get started. If you make quality products that people want to buy, you can get a lot of customers and make a profit. Number 2. Retail consignment. When economic conditions get tough, people will stop spending money on new clothes. But that doesn't mean people want to stop shopping because they love shopping. During the last recession, second-hand stores saw an increase in sales of 31%, even though other retailers saw their sales shrink. Even though the recession ended many years ago, the craze to buy used clothes stayed around for a while. It's very popular to buy used clothes as much as it is to buy new clothes. People try to save money on things like electronics, jewelry, musical instruments, and more by buying them used. Franchise businesses and businesses that sell used goods, such as pawn shops, are good businesses to start when the economy is bad. Number 3. Healthcare services. Healthcare services are able to keep growing even when the economy is going through hard times. This is due to increasing demand and the advances that are made in medicine and science. There will always be a need for certain healthcare services, but some services are more sought after during difficult times. Here are 3 types of healthcare services that will not be affected by a recession. Working with seniors. Aging populations always require care, regardless of what their economic situation is. This is especially true as baby boomers begin to get older. There are a lot of older people who own a lot of property, are financially secure, and can easily afford the care that they need while they live comfortably. Childcare. It can be difficult for parents to pay for things like daycare when it becomes difficult to budget. But it's one of the last things parents cut when they are struggling to meet their financial obligations. This is true even if both parents are working and live in single-family homes. Even if a parent loses their job or has to cut back on their hours, they will still opt to have their children cared for. There are a lot of benefits that children can get from being in an environment that is safe and secure, even when there are a lot of new things happening that they might not understand. People are receptive to the fact that childcare is one of the few industries that is recession-proof. Contraceptives. Contraceptives are another healthcare service that is in demand all the time, but especially during recessions. When recessions hit, planning to start a family can be put on hold. There are many different kinds of contraceptives that can help couples plan their family based on the state of their finances. Pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical healthcare is very rigid. Some people are extremely worried about having to pay for certain medications, but the reality is that they are not very sensitive to the cost, and they can usually be delayed until their finances become more stable. Number 4. Pet care business. A rising popularity makes the U.S. pet industry a record breaker with a total sales value of over $103 billion in 2020. According to the American Pet Products Association, that number was up 6.7% from 2019. Even when the economy is bad, people still love their pets, and there are many pet care services that will be in demand no matter what happens. The U.S. pet industry is expected to grow at a rate of 5.8% each year for the next 5 years. However, maintaining an average annual growth rate of 3% to 4% is an interesting business idea, even during a recession. There are a number of pet care services that will always be in demand. Veterinary services. The beloved pets of Americans still need attention no matter what the economy is doing, so veterinary services generally stay in demand even during recessions. Grooming services. The number of pets in the home has increased dramatically thanks to the millennial generation who are buying more pets than previous generations. Mintel reports that 40% of Americans aged 30 and 49 are extremely interested in pet care services such as veterinary care. Essential pet products. Research shows that over half of Americans in their 30s own a cat and 3/4 of Americans in that age group own dogs. Essential pet products are also a very popular business idea. We need to provide more pet care products, and as pet ownership increases, that demand will rise even more. Number 5. Renovation and repair industry. Even in the best of times, things will break down, and even when things are bad, they will happen again. Even in good times, something will always need to be fixed. During a recession, people may even consider fixing things instead of buying new things. If that happens, people may try to delay buying new things for as long as possible. It is easy to see why repair services are one of the best things that good people can do when there is a bad economy. Home renovations and repairs are among the important services that remain recession-proof. It is estimated that U.S. homeowners spend over $400 billion each year on home improvements. This means the industry has huge potential for success. Here are a few good renovation and repair business ideas that will be in demand even during recessions. Plumbing. When a problem arises with your home or your business, it is not possible to wait until a more stable economy is reborn to have it fixed. Auto repair services. When it comes to transportation, many people depend on their cars and trucks to get from home to work. They cannot afford to be without a car when the economy is bad, so auto mechanics will continue to be in demand. Equipment repair and maintenance services. Any business reliant on certain equipment will need to get regular maintenance work done on it. For an instance, office workers are not usually equipped to repair a printer, and they will need help from professionals when they have a problem. Home repair. People are not skilled at fixing things at home, so when something happens at home, the help of professionals who have the experience and are trained to fix things is needed. Utilities. Water, gas, and electricity will always be needed at home, so businesses that employ these services will be able to thrive even during hard economic times. Number 6. Real estate and property management. Recessions are often good for the real estate and property management sector because it is when people are looking to invest in property. Real estate includes all of the land that you own and the buildings that you live in. It is an industry that offers a very valuable and essential service. Statistics from the MSCI for 2019 to 2020 showed that the U.S. real estate industry was worth $9.6 trillion. So it is possible to sell a house or a business premises during a recession and still make more money from selling it. Here are some real estate and property management ideas that can be profitable even during a recession. Property stagers. Professional property stagers help sellers sell their properties as quickly as possible and get the best price for their homes. It is a very valuable job that will be in demand for a long time. Real estate agencies. The knowledge, skills, and experience that are required to successfully sell a property is not something that ordinary people have. As a result, real estate agents will continue to prosper even during a recession. A rental agent business. When the market is at its bottom, it is often a good time for rich people to put money into property investment trusts, but even the not-so-rich people who are struggling to find somewhere to live will still have a place to live. Rental agents should be able to find tenants who have a large number of homes to rent and businesses which require plenty of office space. Number 7. Baby products business. People often have to cut back on their spending when the economy is in recession, but it is not the right time to sacrifice on their children's education. Products for babies have traditionally been very popular during economic downturns as families try to reduce spending in other areas. Entrepreneurs who decide to start their own business in the baby product industry may be very successful, as the market is projected to increase in value by a huge amount over the next few years. Baby care products will be worth more than $67 billion by 2020, and it is projected that that will reach well over $88 billion by 2026. Number 8. Childcare. Baby products are growing rapidly, and the child care industry is also growing rapidly, and it is expected that it will continue to grow. In 2019, the U.S. child care market was valued at $54.3 billion, and it is projected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 3.9% through 2027. As more mothers become empowered to work after having children, the value of the child care market will also increase. Number 9. Financial and accounting services. Those who need accounting services during a recession will always be in demand. This is true even when there are new complex laws and regulations being introduced every year. Accounting is a very lucrative business which can generate enormous amounts of money. It is predicted that the U.S. accounting industry will generate $110 billion in revenue during the 2020s alone. It is critical for businesses to have their finances in order, regardless of the state of the economy, so many financial and accounting services will continue to thrive even during difficult times. Here are some of the recession-proof businesses in the financial and accounting sector. Tax preparation. Businesses and wealthy individuals cannot afford to take risks with their tax preparation because of the serious consequences of not declaring the correct tax information. Accounting services. Hundreds of companies hire professional accounting services even during a recession to save money by ensuring all their financial records are in order. Financial planning. Many wealthy individuals and organizations may seem content during a recession, but their fortunes will quickly diminish if they do not properly plan their finances using all the available information. Bookkeeping. It is rare that business owners and entrepreneurs have sufficient bookkeeping skills and spare time to accurately record their financial transactions. Bookkeeping is a time-consuming and tiring task for people who do not have enough bookkeeping experience, so a bookkeeper will continue to be a very popular choice. Number 10. Freelancing, including virtual assistant, writer, and more. Freelancing can be one of the most recession-proof businesses in the world, even if it is not as popular as many of the others on this list. It is possible for companies to save a lot of money by outsourcing certain tasks and activities to freelancers. This allows them to pay for particular tasks as they need them rather than paying someone to do them permanently. Writing good articles for the New York Times or writing a good table of content for a book are very appealing, but creating quality content for businesses that need to update their websites regularly in order to stay relevant and improve their search engine ranking is even more important. Content creation, news articles, and other types of information content require someone who is a talented writer. Another option is to hire a freelance virtual assistant who provides many administrative services that helps various businesses and organizations by working from home. Number 11. Cleaning companies. Obviously, economic conditions have absolutely nothing to do with the many rules and regulations that commercial and public spaces are required to obey for hygiene and safety reasons. This alone proves that the business of having a cleaning service is recession-proof and will continue to be successful even when the economy is in a bad mood. Cleaning services are required for many different types of facilities, including hospitals, medical centers, shopping malls, beauty salons and spas, restaurants, and other places where people gather. Number 12. Courier services. People will always need to send letters and other packages. Having delivery services is like having a business that will never cease to exist. This is why couriers and delivery services are among the best recession-proof businesses. Courier services are less vulnerable when the economy is at its weakest because there is always a need to send packages locally, nationally, and internationally. Even in a recession, courier services can get new customers as businesses that normally deliver their own goods cut costs by outsourcing to one of the many courier companies. Even though sales may fall, people still need to send packages. Because more people are buying and selling secondhand clothes online, the need to deliver packages to people is only going to increase. Number 13. Education businesses. Learning skills and qualifications are always in demand, and therefore businesses that offer this kind of training can flourish even though the country is experiencing a recession. Many people lose their jobs and try to get a new job in another industry. This helps the economy by boosting the amount of people who can buy goods and services that they need. By providing people with the education and training they need, whether it be on site or at home, these businesses will thrive during a recession, helping the nation to become stable. Number 14. Digital marketing. Even if the economy is doing well or not, digital marketing such as SEO, SEM, social media campaigns, and email marketing will always be one of the most cost-effective ways for a business to reach new customers. A recession will only magnify the need for low-cost marketing strategies that will enable businesses to generate more leads and sales. Digital marketing provides a number of other benefits that help businesses gain more customers. They are very flexible and allow businesses to adapt to changing circumstances. It is very flexible, which allows a business to change its strategy when necessary. I hope you found this video useful and informative. Please give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way. Thanks for watching.